Kia ora, I'm Elvie and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. Today I am doing another paper review. This time it is hemp paper, 60% hemp fibre, and as it says, 40% cotton rag. So this is quite a sustainable type of paper. It is also quite thin, only being 880, GSM. It's got some information on the back, but all it's basically saying is that it's vegan, which, if that's important to you, it's a good option. And a couple other things that I can't quite remember, but one thing so far is that it does warp. But another thing is that the granulation looks beautiful on it. Very similar to the hot press granulating effects. So same gist, we're doing a gouache painting and a watercolour painting. I'll start off with the gouache. These are some takahe, which are a native endangered bird here in New Zealand. They are a beautiful bunch of birds. I'm just mixing some colours up. Shocker. Beautiful bunch of birds. And they were thought to be extinct at some point, which is, I find, quite funny. Also upset, sad and everything, but quite funny that they were presumed to be extinct. It's just such a, I feel like it's just a classic thing to kind of happen. But luckily enough, there are takahe left alive. I don't think they're doing too great, but they are still here, and yeah. People might confuse them for pukekos, which are originally from Australia, but also here in New Zealand, and they've been here for quite a substantial amount of time. Some people call them pests. I love pukekos. But yeah, they look similar, but not the same. And that's just because they are from the same family of bird species, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, quite beautiful birds, these. They are quite chunky. And they're from the South Island, so I presume you'd need a bit of oomph to stay warm during the winters down here in the South Island, because it gets pretty cold. And yeah, sorry if you can hear, there's a lawnmower, of course, in the background. Love the untimely lawnmowers. But yeah. Honestly, so far the only thing, I'm a bit oh, that's annoying, is the warp, how much it's warping. But to be fair, that's not a big deal. Just for me anyway, it's not a big deal, because you can always flatten it, or try to flatten it back down under some books and stuff. And I do have to tell you guys, I did do one piece of paper off camera, and I was like, actually, this is not watercolour paper. And that was the Japanese, it was Sumi paper, by the same brand and everything, the German Rooster brand, best way to describe it. But I tried the one, Sumi paper. I'm pretty sure I don't actually know if that's how you pronounce it. But it's made for Japanese ink, which is not what I use as my material, my go-to material. So, shocker, I didn't know how to use it. So I was like, well, I don't have enough to say about this, and it's clearly not made for watercolor. So I will just say my piece and move on. So yeah. Here we are onto the hemp paper. I'll show you the sketch of that maybe in a later video, but I did just try some line work with watercolor, because I'm like, well, that's similar. I was like, I'm not going to make a video on this because I don't have the right things to say about it, because I don't know what the quirks of Japanese paper is. So here we are, onto hemp paper. And honestly, so far, I'm pleasantly surprised by how well it's holding the gouache, because gouache is quite a aggressive paint. Personally, like, in a good way, clearly, because I like using it, but it can definitely tear up paper if it so chooses to, depending how you use it and stuff. But yeah, so far so good. Look at that little guy. Maybe there we go. Beautiful little Takahe. And now onto the watercolor, one just above it. And if anyone's wondering about the reference photo, my sister went and saw these Takahe at Kapiti Island and took this beautiful photo and sent it to me. And yeah, that is, and I was like, well, this is a perfect opportunity. I need 2 photos of some birds, preferably, so I'm gonna just go ahead and use it. And here we are. A little while later, but that's beside the point. As I say, as I've said in all of these, I'm just using the same paints. The Winsor & Newton gouache and then the Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolors. And yeah, all the papers except for the Japanese ink one that I refuse to make a video on, because I again don't know how to paint on Japanese watercolor paper, ink paper, sorry. All of them have been handling the paint quite well, and we just don't talk about that. And yeah, they're quite interesting to see how they all kind of work the watercolor and the gouache, and kind of make it kind of do its magic. Each paper has quite unique properties, where it be texture or what it's actually made out of. I find it quite fascinating how this is made from hemp plant. It's quite a unique material to make it out of, and here in New Zealand there aren't a lot of hemp products when it comes to, like, paper or fabric. It's like not as easy to find, but I do have a hemp t-shirt, and it's quite sturdy, the material, so I was definitely quite excited to give this a go. And yeah, it's definitely sturdy to hold all the watercolor. No, like, the only thing it's doing is warping, which, yeah, after doing the swatch up here, I wasn't too surprised at. Definitely texture going on. But yeah, hopefully that can flatten out. But yeah, it's all kind of just see how it goes. And yeah, as I kind of show these throughout other videos, you'll be able to see what it looks like dry. I wonder if I add a lot of water to this. Like a lot more than that. So there we go. It's quite beautiful yellow. There we go. I'll call these two done. Cute little sketches. So I've got the gouache takahe and the watercolor takahe. Yeah, no, it definitely surprisingly held it well. I haven't done any layering on the watercolor, so I'm not sure how it layers on there. But I did do some layering with the gouache, as you might have seen, and it did hold that quite well. If we just take off the tape, oh, no ripping, which is a bonus so far. So far, so good. Yep, no ripping. A little, oh, maybe a little bit on that one. And then this one, nothing too bad. And then, oh, strong tape. It's not, it's low-tech painter's tape from, what is it called? Mitre 10. I'll try and flip it without ruining this. But, oh, if it wants to, oh, I zoomed in. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. This is with one hand, so we've got a bit of yellow in there, but we can fix that. So it just says some stuff about the paint, but I only see, you can slightly see it on the other side of the paper, which was what I was trying to find out if you could see it on the other side of the paper. We'll just try and like move this yellow around a little bit and go back to the normal zoom. Sorry about that, guys. That was a bit of a roller coaster of emotions. Trying to flip it over to see if it went through. But yeah, you can kind of see the blob on the other side of it. But that's okay. Yeah, so thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching me experience hemp paper for the first time. It's definitely something I'd like to try some more of from the first experience of it. And yeah, I do like how it's quite a sustainable type of paper material compared to the tree pulped ones. But yeah, we'll just see if we end up getting any more. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day.